Happy birthday to myself. Today na 17th day, my birthday for this month of January 2025. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Amazonia. Our good people at home and abroad are bring una liberation greetings, at which today we will dive deep into very important things we will need for discuss them with diplomatic breakthrough and update, but we go focus for ground zero as we go to see for today podcast the picture for this woman, now the woman where they kill him, where our boys and kill him for behind PMI, for Bamenda from Nkwen. This one, it mark number 6 individual, them civilian, the way they be killed, execution style for inside our territory since the beginning of this year. We then finally talk for eyewitnesses where they be there and they see how the woman fall for down and they see the events that will happen when the woman die. We go report una, forgive una the truth, the facts, and even play una some audios and we they come also from ground zero. We will think say be important for una for listen. The main problem we'll get them for this our struggle. Na say most of our people for diaspora them be totally disconnected with ground zero. Either them be lazy, they not be committed, they not get the network where it be required, or the commitment for be able to listen for our people. But if you don't be as me, Capo Daniel, for the past 8 years, the core ground zero, whether na Cameroon army go attack or na Amazonian army attack or any incident attack, or for people them for the call you say then trust you say if you talk for them, their behalf for the listen for the plight of our people, there is no way any normal human being will not come to the same conclusion that I have come to and will react the way I have been reacting. I'll be playing some audios while I give to you people my presentation for today.
I don't know whether you there for ground zero or you talk the talk. So you say for no the talk fine, you talk na number 3 years this, you know the change, no nothing. But you see say the struggle they die now. Or you know the see say the struggle they die. You wanna say me phone no the talk. Phone go continue repeat a word them as well as you. Una will continue for follow una liberation tax and people they come out the inside they struggle. Yes, come for ground zero. Na me, mommy for Bamenda, I talk say come for ground zero. Then waka from village to village as we buy and sell with waka from village. So listen to people them, listen to picking them, listen to mommy them, listen to papa them, listen to you them. You go know say the struggle, they die, they go because of liberation tax. We the workers suffer, we the workers struggle for any living. You when there for the liberation tax. So tell you the talk now so because you be you inspector. Yes, yeah, inspector they feed you. You the shit down for what I shit down, yeah, inspector they feed you. You know they check you about the ground zero, whether with this or with the husband of which kind of way before we get them. When I don't make them military them, they don't be the one that they climb on top. We hate say any small thing we get them go for brigana. Then they say more pain like this, more pain like this. If it been a bush boy them because they can't say bush boy, they say if it been a bush boy them. Like when I know yeah, come on, give that money. They talk that thing. You talk say no get money. If not, then they can't stand for here. When I know for you know for jam, you talk because now we no just talk that thing. If not, you enter for day. Yes. Now so the life day now. Now so the life how we live on that day. I beg you, inspector, come down for ground zero. Come work for ground zero. Yeah. Come work for interior. Then you go see him. Even the new town and they come with their way that them they stand still on their feet. Even if they do it in that, they just do and I say, well, no surrender. Like I know things say the majority a day again like that first time. You return now which kind of thing? Which kind of thing you want to say from the repeater? It repeater because it's not correct. We, like me, Mami Bamenda, I will be buy and sell, work all around. I tell you, say, correct. That liberation tax don't kill you with struggle. Liberation tax don't kill you with struggle. If you don't kill the struggle, when they continue, why would I not continue for the taxi color? Why would I leave taxi color? When I leave taxi color now, I say waiting. When I for continue to say the taxi they must spend time. When I for continue, they see wonderful thing away Ambazonia they go do for una. When I for continue, then when I see wonderful terrible thing away, it go turn inside the land. When I don't go touch that one, when I see say hot, when I run go back all for the one when I come meet all the we poor thing there for inside farm. We man to go work one bed farm. One come out for there, they say give money, say liberation tax. They liberate now waiting. The thing they liberate and waiting. Liberate the kidnapping away when we own one picking way sometimes you two don't try go someplace. You don't come for can cry and die, so when I take and go out of inside bush, collect all money for his skin, even keys on one the other for day. Now which kind they talk that you to the talk. I know nothing man like you away, you build land that they call you inspector. You feel talk that kind of thing for fun because without fun the singer, you day like Mama G. G for general. It is also repeat and they talk say the unity. That unity I will talk so way
unity it go continue for be elusive for Ambazonia. And I go explain in light of this killing of this woman where they don't kill her for behind PMI. When I finally get the story, I go play part of the story. It shows that the woman it be the Sir Petro, the boy the way they go try for kidnap this Guinness moto. They first come for the woman in place, then buy petrol for 5,000, then deny for pay. The woman want talk, they move na gun. After they start the shoot, the sporadic shooting there around Tambe CD, and then come right for behind PMI before the woman it be death. I go play part of the audio them. Me gonna hear what way happen for ground zero. And there is report say that they intimidate this woman in man. The boy they don't call the woman in man, they intimidate people, they made them not talk. As it always be, what people they now they live under fear. But we're gonna get a sneak peek of what happened with this our woman. If una look them mommy, I know una the scene on our own mommy, on our own sister them. I don't know why the love for our people they don't grow cold. We will get such a cool heart. Nevertheless, we must speak for the voiceless.
But they come around that place. That exchange of what they use with money, transfer this thing. Can they sell petrol 5,000? The woman give petrol for 5,000. When one asks money, the boys are open their chest, showing a gun. Then the woman collapse. Then this other woman, what happened? They raise the alarm. They shoot. Well, in a day, it don't happen. Would they say wrong go side? Would they side? No wrong. And so my mosquitoes have become each me.
Our population, once united by the dreams of independence, are now trapped in the harsh reality. The Ambazonian struggle, once a symbol of hope and liberation, has indeed degenerated into chaos and lawlessness. Fighters who were meant to protect their communities have become oppressors themselves, while leaders in the diaspora remain silent in the face of growing atrocity, and some who seek relevance try to justify the unjustifiable atrocity committed against our civilians by these hoodlums. The hoodlums in ground zero, instead to focus their effort to fight for independence that they profess, they have turned their primary attention and attacked, turning their weapons against our own people. This shift comes as they have realized that independence is unattainable through their groups, through their use of violence. And in reality, these are acts of desperation to maintain control of the mindset of our people, to hold our own people hostage to a specific vision or groups. They have resorted to intimidation, senseless violence, to hold our population hostage to their mindset. The recent killing of this woman yesterday behind PMI illustrates this grim reality. The report, as you have heard, indicates that the Ambazonian fighters came there to take her petrol, refused to pay. This is the type of behavior Cameroon troops have been accused of in the past. Today, our boys, we are not only hearing that it was happening in Batibo, where soldiers get into bars, drink, refuse to pay. This woman who was selling finge beside a call box, they took petrol for 5,000, refused to pay. And when she talks, they remove guns. Today, the woman is in the mortuary. She's dead. This tragic is not an isolated incident. Unfortunately, since the beginning of this year, since this new year, 2025, this is number 6 of our innocent civilians that have been killed by our Ambazonian fighters, along several high-profile kidnapping for ransom. It is very sad. I wish I could be talking about Cameroon military atrocities, but there is none to report to you, fellow Ambazonians. For the January New Year 2024, 6 Ambazonian killed by Ambazonian fighters, 0 by Cameroon military. You can do the math or come to what conclusion you may want to, but we must go with the reality that comes from the field. The actions and acts of our boys are no longer about resistance. They are crimes against our population. Our people in Ground Zero are now living under siege, not from the Cameroon army, but mainly from the Ambazonian fighters who claims to be liberators. Indiscriminate killing of our civilians, such as this woman, has become all too common, an occurrence that we see every day. Kidnapping, extortion, torture, dungeons, and now the defining nature of Ambazonian camps. The use of fear, threat, terror, burning down of people's property has become the modus operandi. We cannot burn taxis, kidnap taxi drivers into submission to our edict. We cannot kidnap our people, threaten their families into silence. Paul Biya have tried and failed. Ambazonians, fighters and groups will also fail in this endeavor. They will not succeed. They must be stopped. It is not sustainable. It is immoral. It must be rejected. Small businesses and livelihood are being destroyed, plunging families into poverty and despair. You need to talk to our people who are going through this madness. These fighters' actions have betrayed the core value of our struggle and have eroded the trust and support the people have always lent to our struggle. Communities that once welcomed the movement now see it as a threat to their safety and well-being. The diaspora leadership is in accomplice with the turn of events. Why this situation deteriorates on the ground, leaders who are in the diaspora or activists or whatever they call their name are all silent. Some even try to cover up what is happening to our own people, failing to condemn or address this atrocity committed by our Ambazonian fighters. This silence underscores their detachment from the reality that are faced by our general public. By ignoring this violence, the diaspora presence or leadership or activists, whatever name you choose to call them, shows lack of accountability, lack of moral courage. There have been a general strategic stagnant in the camp of until the last man standing. We know there is a stagnant, no fundraising effort have come out, no propaganda or message or articulation about pushing the last man standing ideology or independence until we die. Today, it is our people who are going to suffer. They are going to be killed, going to be kidnapped and oppressed by our boys until manna will fall from heaven. Those who stand for independence or death or until the last man standing can no longer ignore the pain, suffering, and the gravity of the insecurity our people are facing from Ambazonian fighters. They must instead, in honor of our people, put down their pride and adapt to the changing dynamic. Our general public are now hostage to this struggle that do no longer serve their need, they do not serve their aspiration or their well-being. Fighters have abandoned their original mission. They are focusing their violence and intimidation just to maintain control for their own personal greed and stomach. This greed and desire for money can never be quenched. It is only the life of our people that will continue to be squeezed out. The concept of independence was a beacon of hope. It is now a tool of oppression. Independence through violence have proven unsustainable because of our internal dynamic, and we must wrestle with this reality. Yet fighters and leaders refuse to explore alternative. Fear is now their weapons. Intimidation and brutality are used to suppress dissent and to keep the population subdued. Our people are now their fight to keep their own Gary. We call for change. The current trajectory of the Ambazonian struggle is unsustainable. To end the suffering of our population and to restore credibility to the movement, immediate action is needed. While PRAP as an organization will now take action with our dark forces to establish anti-gang to fight back these criminal cartels, because we know even as much as our people can take advantage of the presence of the Cameroon military and gendarmes to fight back, they are incapable of intervening in live shooting events. They come only to quench the fire, but they can't be trusted or have the ability or motivation to stop the arsonists. We call on all Ambazonian groups to have meetings within their groups to reassess the situation on ground zero and change or adapt their strategies accordingly with humility. We must empower our local communities to fight back to this reality and delegitimize the impunity which these boys are using to attack our communities. All those who claim to be leaders or activists must take responsibility for their role in enabling the abuses and work to enforce discipline amongst fighters or call those bad actors out. We encourage them to join the Alliance for Peace and Justice and the Peace Plan paper as an alternative to delegitimize and put an end to this war of shame. We must engage through this platform. The international mediators, neutral actors will be invited to facilitate even our internal discussion so that we can find common grounds on how to serve our people and ravish the struggle from this imminent collapse and end. The killing of this woman behind PMI and the 6th death that we have recorded this year and the ongoing kidnapping are all stark reminders of how far our Ambazonian struggle has strayed from its original purpose. Fighters, instead of liberating their people, have become their oppressors, while leaders have failed to address the ongoing crisis. If the moment is to regain the trust of the population, it must break free from the violence and oppressive tactics that are being deployed. The struggle for independence must evolve to prioritize the life and dignity of our people it claims to represent. Only through accountability, adaptation, and renewed focus on the population's well-being can we as a people move to reclaim the original vision of justice and freedom to our people. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.